Milo the mouse loved his brother Max. He really did. They shared everything from their favorite cheese snacks to their cozy little mouse hole. But there was one thing Milo wished he didn't have to share: the noise Max made while sleeping. But sometimes, Max could be a little bit difficult to sleep next to. His snoring was like a thunderstorm in the middle of the night, and it kept poor Milo wide awake.
Snore! Whoosh! The sounds echoed through their tiny home, making the walls vibrate and Milo's ears ring.
Max had this way of sleeping, very loudly. It was as if he was in a snoring competition, and he was determined to win first place. Milo tossed and turned. He just couldn't fall asleep. He tried covering his ears with his tiny paws, but it was no use. The noise was just too much.
Maybe tonight, I'll find somewhere quiet to sleep, Milo whispered to himself, filled with hope. He knew he had to find a solution if he ever wanted a good night's rest.
Milo tiptoed out of their cozy mouse hole. The night was calm and the stars twinkled above, offering a glimmer of peace. He was on a quest for quiet. With determination in his heart, Milo set off into the night, hoping to find a peaceful spot where he could finally get some rest. Milo scurried through the tall grass. He spotted a large oak tree. Its leaves rustled softly in the night breeze.
That sounds peaceful.
He climbed onto a low branch. The leaves whispered secrets to each other. It was a nice sound, but it wasn't quite quiet enough for sleep. Milo decided to keep looking. Next, Milo saw an owl perched on a branch. The owl seemed to be watching over the entire forest, its eyes reflecting the light of the full moon. Milo felt a sense of calm wash over him as he gazed at the majestic bird. The owl's big round eyes blinked slowly, almost as if it was in deep thought. Each blink seemed to carry a wisdom that had been gathered over countless nights.
Excuse me, Mr. Owl, Milo said hesitantly, his tiny voice barely audible in the vastness of the night. Do you know a quiet place where a little mouse could sleep? Milo asked, his eyes full of hope and curiosity.
The owl hooted softly, a sound that seemed to blend perfectly with the gentle rustling of the leaves and the distant calls of other nocturnal creatures.
Hoo-hoo, little one, the owl replied in a soothing tone. His voice was like a soft melody that floated through the night air. The night is full of sounds, the owl continued. Each sound tells a story, and together they create the symphony of the forest. It's the way of nature, the owl explained. Even in the quietest places there is always a melody to be heard if you listen closely.
Milo realized the owl was right. He had been so focused on finding silence that he had forgotten to appreciate the beauty of the night sounds around him. Even the quietest places had their own special sounds. Milo smiled, feeling a newfound appreciation for the nighttime symphony that surrounded him. He knew that he would never forget the wise owl's lesson. Milo continued his journey. He came to a babbling brook. The water gurgled and splashed over the rocks.
Maybe the sound of water will help me sleep.
He sat on a smooth stone and closed his eyes, but the croaking of frogs and the chirping of crickets filled the air.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Chirp, chirp. The babbling brook was a bit too lively for sleep. Finally, Milo reached a meadow bathed in moonlight. The stars twinkled above him.
This is it! It's perfect!
He lay down in the soft grass. He closed his eyes, and for a moment, it was perfectly still. Then he heard it, a familiar sound carried on the breeze.
Snore! Whoosh!
It was Max snoring all the way from home. Milo smiled. His dreams were filled with adventures and laughter, a world where he could be anything he wanted. The warmth of his bed and the soft glow of the nightlight made him feel safe and loved. Max's snores might be loud, but they were a comforting rhythm in the quiet night. They were the sounds of home, a place where Milo felt truly at peace. The gentle rise and fall of Max's chest was like a lullaby, soothing Milo into a deeper sleep. But they were a part of home, the creaks of the old house, the rustle of the trees outside, and the distant hoot of an owl, all blended into a symphony of nighttime sounds that Milo had grown to love. Each sound was a reminder that he was exactly where he belonged, and home was where Milo wanted to be. No matter where his dreams took him, he always found his way back to this cozy room, to the warmth of his bed, and to the comforting presence of Max. It was a place filled with love and memories, a sanctuary from the world outside. He scurried back through the tall grass. The cool night air brushed against his skin, and the stars above twinkled like a million tiny lanterns guiding him home. Each step he took was filled with anticipation, knowing that his bed and Max were waiting for him. He climbed back into his little bed next to Max. The familiar scent of his pillow and the soft fur of his loyal companion made him feel instantly at ease. He snuggled under the covers, feeling the warmth spread through his body as he settled in for the night.
The snores didn't seem so loud anymore. They were a gentle reminder that he was not alone, that he was surrounded by love and comfort. The rhythmic sound of Max's breathing became a soothing melody that lulled him into a peaceful slumber. In fact, they were almost comforting. The soft glow of the nightlight cast a warm hue over the room, creating a cocoon of safety and tranquility. Milo felt his eyelids grow heavy as he listened to the familiar sounds of his home.
Milo closed his eyes and fell fast asleep. His dreams were filled with magical places and wondrous adventures, but no matter where he went, he always knew he could return to this special place. It was his sanctuary, his home sweet home. He dreamed of whispering trees, hooting owls, babbling brooks, and the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. Each dream was a new adventure, a new story waiting to be told. The forest was alive with magic, and Milo felt a deep connection to the natural world around him, and meadows filled with starlight. And he was happy. The stars above seemed to dance just for him, casting a soft glow over the meadow. It was a place of peace and wonder, a place where dreams came to life. And in that moment, Milo knew that he was truly home.